I think we're well, I'm good. I can hear. And I'm through. All right, here we are. A chilly Sunday.
All right, hopefully it's fixed. It seems like it's fixed.
Sounds good to me.
Water leak. It's definitely fixed. It's definitely fixed. It's
we go.
Yeah, this sounds great. I'm not gonna cut that. You're just gonna have to cut it in your minds. Edit that shit in your brain. Anyway, it's good, bro. It's good, bro.
Chilling and nilling, man.
What the fuck were we just talking about?
About how just God.
Oh yeah, God and giving
He's
kids
so
cancer. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. I be seeing type of. I don't know, man. I be reading shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I read a book about like stress levels giving people illnesses and placebo effects in your brain making you sick and shit like that. So
I think that shit's real.
it's definitely real. There's science about it, but not everybody gonna believe that type of wishy-washy science about that shit, because, you know, I don't know. I believe it because I read it, but if I just tell somebody, be like, bro, man, if you truly believe, change your inside, they're like,
I mean, have
here.
you never felt it? You never.
I think, yeah. I think, like, if I ever felt like a type of way, and if I kept telling myself, like, yo, you all right, and this shit is gonna pass, and your body's strong, and it's gonna fuck all that shit up inside anyway, so
believe in yourself.
Straight up. And then it do.
I mean, just straight up, like, you have, let's just say, let's go.
Guaranteed to be a ICU. I don't even know which fucking one is me.
It's always one over.
This is you, so this is me. No, it's not me. Yeah, here we go. Let me put this one down.
It'd be like, so let's just say, June, you're broke and you're doing your shit. You're making your rounds and you're handling life. You're doing good in life, but you feel like you're broke. Now you have, in July, the very next month, you got mad bread.
All of a sudden.
And you do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Same whatever. But now in the back of your mind, you always know that you got some bread. You're not running on broke. You're not running on E. But you're doing all the same things. In June, while you was broke, you'd probably want to, I'm just going to stay home. I want to sleep some more. You're a little bummed out about stuff. But then, in July, you're more up. You're more like, hey, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got that motion.
Just that alone. Is like
a hopefulness.
Yeah, you feel like less than, and then now you feel like you're good. And just that thought is you know what I'm saying?
I think you a believer, bro.
In myself.
You see the light?
I see the fucking light.
The light? Who's the light?
The light is Mo Money.
Yeah.
Shit, nigga. The light is Mo Money.
Fuck it, that's funny.
That's it, man.
Like, Mo money, Mo problem. Here's some shit I wrote down or whatever, because, I don't know, we had a good time last week. Shouts to homie Miguel. Shouts to Shouts to Coach. Can't say your name, bro, but Coach.
What up, Coach?
I put on Planes and Trains. I put on Rap Beef, Old versus New. I put on Trump versus the Cartels. I put on Kai Cenat and the Robot. I put on RFK Jr. versus the Health Organization. Jesus. I just believe that. I like RFK. I like making fun of his voice, but I like him.
He's a clown.
He's great, man.
He's a fucking clown.
He's great, man.
They'll be like, yo, did you tell the world that vaccines are trash and you shouldn't do them? And be like, I don't believe I ever said that. And then they're like, yo, check out this footage right here. Boop! And it's him literally saying that shit.
He'll say like, no, he'll actually say like, oh yeah, I probably, he's like, yeah, I probably didn't say that shit, but
I might have.
Yeah, I probably said that shit, but yeah, but anyways. Nah, I like him. He's about it. He cares about that shit a lot. That's all I'm saying. He really gives a fuck, man.
Does he?
Yeah, man. His whole family, like, his family's about that shit.
He got his kids vaccinated.
Well, there's nothing wrong with getting vaccinated.
But he's telling the world to not get vaccinated.
He's not telling the world
but I'll
not
get
to
my
get
kids
vaccinated.
but I'll get my kids.
He's telling
vaccinated?
the world that the
You
people
talking
who
shit.
he's telling the world that people who make vaccines, like organizations, companies that make vaccines, they cannot jump through loopholes to get that shit approved.
in time.
You can't do that. You can't rush the work. You can't do that shit. And when vaccines do that shit to get their shit put out, he calls them out.
That's
And
fine.
They don't like that shit. That's why they get mad and they oh, you're a fucking anti-vaxxer. He's like, no, man, I'm just trying to say you niggas in this group are cheating.
That nigga's just bored.
That's not cool. Yeah, you gotta pay your respects to the people or whatever, however way you want. And his direction is trying to get the health in order. Make sure.
I mean, word up to Big
Americans
Pharma.
aren't fat and all that shit.
Big Pharma is shady, and yeah, all right, America's
Big
health
Pharma
is
pretty
not the
shady,
best,
bro. Yeah.
But like, this dude,
Come on, bro. Leave him alone. Leave his voice alone, bro.
just because he's like, I'll suck your dick, Trump's like, well, you want a job? What do you want to do?
He ran against, and then he was like, listen, I ain't even gonna run no more. You just put me on the panel, and I'll take care of the health.
Oh, there you go.
And he's like, all right, bro.
I'll drop out
fine.
if you put me
Yeah,
on.
he's like, yeah, bro, you put me on the health, I won't even run against you, bro.
And Trump's like, man, you are a Looney Tune, but
Trump is like, bro.
fuck it.
Trump's like, I paint myself orange, bro. You go worry about the health.
I don't think did he make it? Did he pass his thing? I don't know.
Who?
I,
RFK?
Yeah.
I think so.
I know he had the hearing
the
or whatever
Congress
for him
and shit.
to do it.
But you know what's funny about that shit is like, not even funny or whatever, but like I brought up to one of my coworkers, I'm like, yo, did you watch the RFK having a little dispute with Bernie?
With the onesies?
Huh? With the onesies?
Oh, we're not talking about like the hearing thing?
Yeah, during the hearing where they were just like going back and forth at each other, like, you know how Bernie be kind of, answer the question, did you or did you not?
Yeah, he just wants a yes or no, bro.
But he's trying to like, in that he's saying, he's like, RFK is like, yo, Bernie, when you was running, you got your money from Big Pharma. So to listen to you a sellout, nigga. You might say you give a fuck about the health, but you a sellout. Because all your money came from that group. That means you're a loyalist to them. That means you'll do whatever the fuck they say. It's the same shit with like the Rifle Association and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if these niggas is giving you bread, you're never going to speak against them, obviously. Because you're not going to get the bread. You know what I'm saying? You would never say ill about, especially in public. So his rebuttal was that. And then immediately Bernie Sanders is like, because he get it. He's a smart dude. I like Bernie. But he's like, bro, we can't really have a conversation like that here. I would love to talk to you for more than an hour about that type of shit. But we only got 10, 15 minutes to talk about these little things, so I need some answers. And he's just like, bro, it's deeper than yes or no's. But yeah, I fucks with it. I like RFK, bro.
You didn't see the onesies thing?
Nah, what's that?
So RFK is I don't know if he owns the company or whatever, but he's part of this company, and they were pumping out onesies like for babies and shit that said like something about like, you know, I'm not vaccinated, like I'm great, like don't get vaccinated, like stuff like propaganda like that, like saying
he making clothing.
Oh, and he's like, Bernie Sanders is he has these onesies like up on like a fucking board, and he's like, your company, he's like, you're pushing this out to all these kids, man. You tell them you want these kids to get measles and all this shit, like, and he's like, I don't have control over that.
Pretty good RFK voice.
I'm part of the company, but like I have no say in that, like and it's like, bro, like and Bernie's just like, say yes or no, like is your company pumping this
are you
out?
responsible for this?
Yeah, like yes,
bro.
and you're for this, you're for babies not getting, like babies got to get their shots when they come out, man. But
true.
Like, yeah, you gotta like there's so much crazy shit out here.
In small rebuttal, do you have to get every shot the day you come out, or should you space those shots out?
I'm not a doctor, so I'm not really sure about that timeline.
I'm asking you, like, if your kid comes out and they're like, yo, your kid's brand new, you ready for 42 shots? And you're like, can I do maybe 10 shots every week until we get to 42? And the doctor will be like, that's perfectly fine. And then you're like, if that's perfectly fine, why didn't you fucking lead with that? Why didn't you start saying, hey, we got to give you 42 shots. You want to do 10 weeks, 10 shots every week? Or why is it you got to get every single one right now?
It's not that many though.
It's a lot though.
You're talking about 42.
Nah, I'm just
trying to
making
think,
up a number.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm
100
trying to think about so like,
let's ask ChatGPT. Go ahead though.
she got like a few when she came out, but they were like just for you like standard like.
Yeah, there's definitely some standard shit.
And there's stuff that you can like the kids they can't get that right then and there, because their body can't handle that shit, and they have to get like a little more developed. That's why you bring them back and back and back. But hey, shit, dude. Like the reason people are living as long as they are living, instead of like what was the average like person lived to be like 25 or something like that back in the day. Now like the average is like 70, something like that. So, and that is in huge part to the vaccinations.
You mean like this? Okay, I get what you're saying. Here's at birth vaccine at birth, hepatitis B. You need that.
Okay.
How the fuck is a baby gonna get hepatitis, my nigga?
It's not that it's going to necessarily get it. It's protecting it from getting it.
How do you get hepatitis, my bro?
I don't know.
From pussy.
There you go.
How the fuck is a baby gonna have
You
sex?
can get it from something else though.
I mean, maybe like a dirty toilet seat or something, right? I don't know. I know. In
You can
school
get
when
it
they were
from
talking
other
about,
shit.
they'd be like, "Yo, if you sit on a dirty toilet, you might get crabs."
Yeah, you probably.
Fucking wild. But like hepatitis B for the baby newborn, I think that could wait. At 1 to 2 months, hepatitis B gets a second dose. Then you get tetanus, pertussis, and dia, whatever. Then you get hemophilus, influenza type, polio, pneumococcal conjugate, and rotavirus.
All right.
That seems legit.
All that sounds cool with me.
If there's anything more than that, what if they just added shit? What if they were like, yo, and it also needs, and it also needs, and it also needs? It would just be like, all right.
Second opinion.
Facts. I don't have no kid, bro, so I just got like an outside say of all this shit. But
Get that standard shit.
Get that standard shit to go to school. You need that shit, right? I would just say,
just to
like,
go to school.
Let me at least take the baby home before we do that other shit. Let me come back.
You want to
to
give
that,
your
bro.
kid definitely the best chance of survival. And these
Facts.
things are what gives your kid the best chance of survival. You have these other parents and stuff, and they don't do it. Hey, could your kid make it and be a healthy, strong, positive influence on society?
Maybe.
Absolutely. But you're looking at, like,
Why risk it?
do you want your kid to try and, like, slide through, like, a tiny fucking door for success? Or do you want to give your kid, like, an airplane bay fucking huge fucking door, nothing to worry about?
Don't say airplane, bro.
Ooh, but I'm just saying. Like, you're going to make,
Yeah. No, listen,
do you want to, like, cross your fingers every day hoping that it happens? Or do you want to just, we don't have to worry about any of that type of shit because we covered it.
There's, again, totally understandable. The only argument in RK's defense is that he's done, I don't say him, but, like, his family kind of, they do, like, certain research about what goes into the vaccines, and I don't want to say they're trying to link it, but they see a small link between, like, kids who would come up with autism and some vaccines. So their only idea is that maybe we should keep a stronger eye on what we're really putting in the vaccine to fix us from getting sick that actually might fuck us up.
Agreed.
That small argument, I don't even want to call it argument, but just the idea, people hate that shit. They don't want to hear that a vaccine might turn your kid autistic or something like that. They don't want
Turning the frogs gay.
You're turning the freaking frogs gay. Alex Jones. That nigga might speak for the state somehow or something like that. That nigga lost a lot of weight. He must be on that Ozempic.
Yeah, he's broke, nigga.
Nah, he ain't broke, bro. He on air every day. That nigga can't be broke.
Yeah, he's hustling his ass off now. Shit.
Fuck it. But yeah, that shit about the autism thing is mainly his biggest what people attack him for when he starts bringing up vaccines.
I agree
and
with
shit
that shit too. And that's word up to, you gotta, like we were saying, big pharma, man, you gotta watch out. Like, there's, especially in the medical game, I mean, my dad was a he's a retired physician. He would have so many meetings with pharmaceutical companies, pharmaceutical reps.
Yeah.
And these cats will come around. They'll take you out steak dinners. They come around with all kinds of, merchant stuff.
Incentives and shit.
And they're just like, dude.
Why you oiling me up, Diddy?
Because if you push the shit, that place makes money, and then in turn, essentially the doctor's gonna make money. So they're like, yo, we'll both make money. So listen,
not just baby money.
Here's a whole bunch of these fucking ingredients that we put in the shit that's supposed to be helpful.
Yeah.
There'll be like 3 things that are like blacked out or something, and then you question that, and they'll be like, don't worry about that.
How's the steak?
Yeah, exactly. So it's up to everybody to do their due diligence, but at the same time, it's like this is so much money controlled type of environment. It's like everybody and insurance companies are involved as well.
It's a little finicky.
Like, hey, like if we give you this drug, and like I'm your insurance company, and I'm like, yo, listen, you should take this.
Yeah.
And maybe it doesn't cost you too much.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a sweet deal, but on the back end, this pharmaceutical company is giving me a gang of money. Like it might only cost you like $20 a month.
Yeah.
But I'm getting like $200 off your ass a month.
Yeah, they wholesaled me this shit, so I gotta give it away.
Yeah, so like I want to. I encourage you to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come on. I mean,
and they'll be like, yo, doc, is this shit gonna fix me in like a week? And the doc's like, probably not. You're probably gonna have to be on this for the rest of your life.
Yeah, rest of your life.
We got you, motherfucker.
And throw these 3 other jumps in there too.
We got you. You ever seen that Netflix show, The Fall of the House of Usher?
Maybe.
My bro, if you haven't though, you gotta watch that. It's probably
I heard of it.
It's probably like 6-7 episodes, some shit. Fire show on some Edgar Allan Poe storytelling shit. Fire show, and it's essentially about a family who's at the top of the pharmaceutical game, and to have gotten there, quote unquote, maybe a spoiler, they had to strike a deal with the devil.
As usual.
To get there, and everything falls apart because y'all made a drug that people are gonna be dependent on. The only reason you get away with this shit is because you prove to people with money that your drug, like, people will be addicted to this shit.
Yeah.
That's how you got away with it. But anyways, that story is amazing, and it kind of shows like a way like the pharmaceutical incentive to have pushed something that probably shouldn't have been pushed, but it got pushed. And
that's part of America, though. That's why
that's the business game. You know
that's why nobody wants to do like equal or fair healthcare in this country, because the cat's at the top of the game. Once that happens, all these rich motherfuckers ain't gonna be that rich. They'll still be rich.
Yeah, they gotta figure something else out. Probably,
but they're not gonna. They're gonna go from, we'll say, like $1 million a week to $10,000 a week. They don't want to do that.
I think the idea of RFK thing, and it's so hard for that nigga to speak. I just hear him. I've heard him on a few platforms outside of him speaking in Congress and shit like that, and then him having like conversations with his own family and shit. They're just big on, like, if motherfuckers are abusing some kind of power, they don't like that shit. They think you got to do it the righteous way or not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't lie to motherfuckers. Don't be fucking up people's cereal just to sell the cereal. You know what I'm saying? Don't be coloring the fucking lettuce green just to sell your lettuce. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that shit. And in other countries like France and Italy and shit like that, there's so many other regulations to their food that would not fly over there, that is totally cool for corporations over here to put in our grocery stores. And
America,
somebody gotta step in, or at least not even step in and change it, but like somebody gotta say something about that shit.
You don't even necessarily gotta change it, but you should let everybody know what it is.
Yeah, because motherfuckers probably don't know, and that's the problem. Like,
that's the huge problem.
To have no awareness of that shit, and then you just feeding your kids garbage because you think like cinnamon French toast is actually a fucking nutritious
delicious.
meal. It's
so good, dude.
They got Cinnabon French toast and shit now.
But
I'll be partaking.
And then we have, we'll say, obviously we have evolved to like a better stance of letting people know what it is, but we don't say it out loud. Like, we put it in like real tiny letters on the box or the bag, and we don't push that. Like, we'll have some kind of crazy ass celebrity or a sport athlete champion, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I love it, you should love it too.
Yeah.
Word up. But they're not saying, hey, by the way. Or they'll say like real fast, like just like they do like in the drug stuff. This may cause diarrhea. Like, you're gonna have like at the very end, or they'll like scroll it by in like tiny letters, like real quick on the commercial. So they're like, yo, listen. And then the company's just like, listen, dude, we're letting people know. You know what I mean? So they're making their choice, but it's like, dude, you're not.
That shit is bullshit.
That's that marketing.
And somebody got to call that shit out. And that somebody, Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
It just so happens to be this guy. So I can't hate him for being the rah person for his good ideals. But
I ain't mad at him. I just don't think he should get that position.
He already in it, dog.
I know.
Who would you put in there though?
No,
David Goggins.
I want somebody that has
Joe Rogan.
X amount. No, I want X amount. Somebody that has X amount of like experience in said field, and to not be a fucking multimillionaire.
That's tough.
How do you find that cat?
Yeah, that's tough. How you gonna know all that shit and not have millions of dollars to research that shit?
There's a reason that you have millions and millions of dollars, and you need to put somebody in there that's non-biased. You need somebody that has no weird-ass fucking foot in the other types of games and is just literally like 1 + 1 = 2. This is bad. I'm going to show you why it's bad. This is good. I'm going to show you why it's good. Take everything, get the right percentages, and just tell the truth. But there's not like nobody out there that's... There's lots of people out there
except Robert Kennedy. I'll tell you what.
There's lots of cats out there. Lots of cats out there that will fucking that are qualified for that position, but they're never gonna get there because they don't have the in. They don't have enough money. They didn't talk to the right person. Maybe they're screaming on the rooftops of like, what's the right thing to do and everything.
Maybe they don't want to die, bro.
Oh, maybe assassination type
RFK Jr., he's a child of 2 family assassinations. His uncle got assassinated and his father got assassinated.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why are you assassinating niggas who's just trying to call people out?
And those things probably made him go kooky. Probably would let him fly a plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't.
Shit, we love you, RFK Jr.
I wouldn't put him in the head of shit. Like, a farm. You wouldn't stay over.
You don't think he's qualified?
No.
Why not?
How the fuck is he qualified? He's not a doctor.
He's a let's see what his qualifications are.
Did he go to college and graduate from anything in college other than partying? He definitely went to college. I know he went to college.
What do I say? Like,
but I heard he was just partying his ass off.
Everybody parties. Doesn't mean I like that people party their ass off. That means you know how the world works. So someone who just stays in the room and studies all fucking day, and now you want to tell me how people think, nigga, you haven't even gotten drunk yet. Fuck you mean how people think? You ain't take no drugs. You don't know. That's like a police officer trying to tell niggas what weed do. Nigga, you don't smoke weed. The fuck you know? All right, what are RFK Jr.'s accomplishments? Is that the word?
Education.
Education. He went to Harvard, earned a Bachelor of Arts degree. Yay. No, I'm just kidding. London School of Economics, Virginia School of Law, and Pace University studied the Masters of Law. All right, so he got a little bit of doctor shit, a little bit of law shit, a little bit of art shit.
The only reason he got there and was able to pass or anything because of his fucking last name, nigga.
Why you hate him so much?
And I didn't hear anything about medical anything.
I
dude.
bet
let's put this nigga in the head of this. Like, you kidding me? There's fucking doctors that are like, come on, man, we got many like, you couldn't pick one of them. Like, you tripping.
Let's see. How is he qualified? How is he qualified?
You watch a lot of YouTube?
To YouTube numbers is high.
He should do like, he likes birds. Put him ahead of like bird shit. Like falconry. Is there a position?
All right, here's what the answer is. He's a lawyer, environmental activist, and political figure, but he does not have a medical or scientific background. His education and expertise are in law, specifically environmental law, which he studied, blah, blah, blah. His involvement in health-related topics, particularly vaccines and public health policy, is based on activism rather than a formal medical training. He's been a vocal critic of vaccines and pharmaceuticals, blah, blah, blah. So he like, I'm only watching some fucking Greek god shit, but you know who Heimdall is in the Greek world? He's the nigga with the horn in the Greek guy. He just blows the he lets niggas know the fight started. He's just there to let the rah guy.
Right.
And without him, the humans would never know what the really is going on. So you need Heimdall to blow the fucking let niggas know shit's starting. I think for that's
fine. Let him
blow the horn, bro.
Let him
blow the whistle.
Let him do that. Let him be the hype man, but don't let him be the man.
I just want to see some science data behind what the niggas say. It just sounds nice what he say, like, yo, don't dye your cereal, motherfucker. All right. Don't dye your cereal. Okay. Go to the gym. Okay, yeah, go to the gym. Yeah, I get it. Don't take vaccines. Whoa.
I'm not saying you have to be 100%, certified, have these degrees to have knowledge. But when you have people that have all that shit, why wouldn't you do that? Yeah. Why wouldn't you grab one of those cats? And then it's like, all right, listen, you're very passionate. How about this? I want you to go take a handful of fucking tests with all this knowledge, and then, all right. But while you're over there testing and studying, I'm going to have this nigga do the shit. Like, do you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. He's not fully qualified to be the guy in charge.
When you have straight up qualified niggas, like certified.
I think, like, the dude in charge, or, like, not even say the dude in charge, the guy we see in charge should be the spokesman and not the actual mad scientist guy. Nobody wants to see the mad scientist guy on the stand. Because, like, nobody wants to hear Elon Musk talk because he sucks at talking. There should probably be a motherfucker who speaks for you, who probably is all about what you think, but you can't talk, motherfucker, because he's just a weird dude in public. Look, niggas saying, give me my heart to niggas
Nazi.
And shit like that. Like, bro, yo, get back in the game room, nigga. Get back in the server room, dog. There should probably be a motherfucker that speaks for you. So, and my idea is, like, maybe just RFK and his ideals. He's just, like, the spokesman, and he probably has a team of actual qualified people probably or something like that, but
he looks like a leather. He looks like this couch.
He's old, bro. They got videos of him in the gym though. He be pumping iron, bro. He be lifting. He be out lifting niggas his age all the time. Like, he an old dude, but he a jacked old dude, so he can't
take steroids. Yeah?
I don't know. Hey, if somebody, it ain't illegal to take steroids.
Not if you're
as long as you're not competing,
an athlete.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I just think to get the health in order, whatever we are doing is wrong. I don't want to say it's wrong. It's just not effective at all because, this country is the highest obese rate in the fucking world.
Money.
By far. And y'all niggas is sick as fuck. If y'all just getting fat as shit all the time and y'all know y'all unhealthy and y'all don't give a fuck. But that's not my fault. I don't know how to. You need to go to your doctor, the doctor to tell you, yo, you got type 15 diabetes. You should probably slow the fuck down. You shouldn't have to wait to get to the doctor for someone to let you know you look a little big, dog. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to get that far. You don't have. I gotta wait till you start cutting your toes off till you know that this shit is feeling unhealthy. Like,
I mean, the thing about that, America, bro. Like, we push all this like stuff because it tastes good, right? So, but there's other ways to get that same taste, but it takes more resources and it costs more money.
Yeah.
So, to get the biggest bang for your buck, let's throw a bunch of cheap ass, fake ass shit in this thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat a shit ton of it. I'm gonna make a shit ton of money. So, and that's the problem with America.
And you're just going to get unhealthy.
Yeah, you go to these other countries, and it's like you could taste something that tastes so fucking good, and it's all from natural ingredients.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I hear a lot about that in, like, Italian food. And actually, Murph was talking to me about Vietnamese food. He was like, yo,
Delicious.
Vietnamese food, the best food in the fucking world because they have everything right around them. They have the best agriculture from the fucking ground right next to them. They got the best seafood and shit like that
So
right
good.
next to them, bro. They all the imports and shit right next to them and shit.
So good, dude.
You get Japanese food right there, Chinese food right there, Indonesian food right there, Indian food right there. That's where all the agriculture starts is right there.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the richest. It's the biggest, nigga.
And that's America's problem, bro.
Yeah.
You have these people that found a way to make X amount of money, and then they made way more. So then they make kind of the rules almost.
Should we hold them accountable?
I think yes,
All right. I think that's
but
We can all
also
agree on that.
everybody has to be self accountable as well.
that's
So,
true too. True too.
Like we clearly have options. Like you don't have to eat all that food like that, all the unhealthy food. But depending on your situation, this country has made it a certain way that it's not financially attainable for a lot of Americans. You know what I mean? So it's like Whole Foods is outrageous in my opinion.
Bro,
Like word, lots of healthy shit in there, but it's like I could just go to my regular grocery store
Yeah.
and I could like $100 is gonna get me way farther in my regular grocery store than it ever would in Whole Foods.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you're
You-
thinking
you-
quality over quantity at that, or quantity over quality at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it depends on what you're getting.
yeah, what kind of eggs you get? White eggs or brown eggs?
It depends.
I always get brown now.
Brown's very healthy.
It's healthy, right?
Yeah.
Costs a little bit more, but I think it's better for you. It's got more shit in it. I'm not feeding these chickens fucking turtle food or whatever the fuck they feed these chickens.
But at the same time, it shouldn't cost like more to be healthier.
It's doo-doo.
I feel like healthier should be
It's
cheaper.
doo-doo.
There's less additives and everything.
It doo-doo.
Yeah.
Like when like cow milk and shit, you like, yo, they treat the cows like shit. And then you go to this milk is from cows where they could do whatever they want and live the best cow life. All right, how much is that milk? $15. Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here, nigga. I'm getting that cow who's sick.
What do you call that shit too? What is it?
Fairlife milk?
No, like even
Free roam cow?
the cows, chickens, pigs. Oh, free range.
Free range.
That's what it is.
Yeah, put them on the range. Cook that fuck.
And at the same time, it's like, nigga, there's not a picture of where this nigga's living. So you could be lying.
You could be lying.
You could be lying like a motherfucker, yo.
This cow got his own house, pays his own bills. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like,
saying? Yeah, okay.
Let me see where this motherfucker lives.
I need a
man.
picture of the cow who gave this milk on every fucking bottle, bro. I need
Yeah,
a
look,
selfie
did he
of
have
the
a
cow.
name? Let me see his mom.
Selfie of the fucking cow, bro.
Yeah, but like that, I'm just saying, like that's a shame. Is like,
It is.
and you go to these other like, man, dude, I'm in Indonesia,
Yeah.
and
They got cows over there?
yeah,
Word.
just walking around, nigga.
Yeah, word.
Just walking over, like they don't even have a fence up, dude.
Yeah, cows are cool, bro.
They just let these like you'll have like a farmer and he'll have like we'll say like 6 cows, and he's got like this sweet ass little plot of land, and the cows will just walk right off that bitch.
Yeah, chill.
They have a nice piece of land. They got tons of grass, and they'll do their thing. They move around and everything, but they will walk right off. They'll walk across the street. They'll walk to somebody else's farm, but they usually always come back and shit.
They know where their house is, bro. They know where their
And it's
home is.
just nobody's cooped up, and some of these cats is huge, like horns like crazy, like big ass motherfuckers, and they're just out there. Same with like the goats,
Yeah.
sheep,
Yeah.
chickens. Chickens
Should
all
be
over
though.
the place.
Should be that, right?
It should be.
I mean, over here in America, we got crazy roadways, so maybe they'll just be getting hit by cars all the time. But if a place don't got that shit, man, let them animals walk around and shit.
That's free range.
Free range.
That is free range right there. And dude, like, chilling, bro.
Chilling.
We walk in. We went on this hike to see these waterfalls and stuff. It was super cool. We
Yeah.
went swimming and all this. And on our way back, and we're seeing these monkeys, and there's a little bit of chickens and stuff. We're on our way back, and it's on this skinny ass path. Like on one side, you have like a cliff face, and the other side is like 300 plus feet. Like you you're busting your ass down like a
Just
cliff.
a drop.
Yeah,
Okay,
like you
okay.
roll, you fucked. And there's this little path, like you could probably fit maybe like a quad on it, like maybe like that wide, maybe like
Like a hiking trail type.
yeah,
shit,
like
small?
it's not big. You're not putting a car on it. A
Uh-huh.
car is not getting down here. A truck is
No.
not getting down here. And we're just walking, and then like we make our way up, super cool, couple miles, and then we make our way back. And on our way back, boom, there's this fucking cow, and we're like he's as big as the fucking path. Like, what do we do? And the guy's
God,
like,
no.
he's like, we just walk past it, man. And I'm like,
Yeah, they don't fight or anything.
okay, we have pictures of it and everything.
Yeah.
We got like right up in that thing's fucking
Like,
face, and he's just
cows
like,
in it.
hey, what's good? And we're like, what's good? And then that was it. I wanted to touch it, but I was like, no, because I just don't
They're
want
so
to get.
huge.
It's so big, dude.
Yeah,
And
they're
like
so
I said,
big.
dude, the other side of this thing, dude, you're you know what I mean? Like you're done. You're not coming back up. Somebody got to rescue with a helicopter or some shit, bro,
Yeah.
or a rope, something.
Make sure it ain't no Black Hawk or whatever.
But they just
helicopter.
walking around chilling. Go to the beach, chilling.
Word.
So cool, dude.
Yeah, word. But
Well-
apparently that's expensive to have your cows chilling.
Yeah.
If you want your cows to be chilling and you want milk from that cow, expensive. But you want that sickly cow who's chained up all the fucking time, $2.
Hundreds of
gallon.
thousands standing next
Sure.
to each other, just shitting all over the place.
If you could like change your food regulation or something like that, if you could implement a rule about it, what would you just one? It's probably so many, but like I would say like fruit got to be free or some shit.
Oh, like
You
that
know what I'm
type
saying?
of
Like,
rule.
yo, fruit is fucking free. Like,
That'd be great.
that'd be great.
That would be really great.
It'd be
That'd
free.
probably be the rule I would pick.
Because that shit grows from the ground, and if you are someone who has a farm of that shit, you get a government check just
And
for
water.
growing it. And water.
Free water,
Free water,
free fruit.
and free fruit. And that'll be the start of America's healthy journey right there.
I mean, you could. Can you survive just on fruit? I guess you could, right?
Nah, I had this conversation with someone I used to talk to back in the day, and she was like, "There's not enough like nutrients in that shit. You don't get everything just off fruit. And fruit's mainly like
I wouldn't want to, man.
I would love to, but
Nah.
I still like steak and shit. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
dude, I need
saying?
a meat.
You like steak better than chicken, or chicken better than steak?
I could probably eat chicken more than I could eat steak.
For real?
I guess so.
I think steak got me.
Steak is delicious, but
Chicken be bussin'.
yeah, and steak kind of, depending on what's good with it, is kind of heavy. Like chicken, you can keep it light. Steak is usually
That's
kinda
true.
heavy.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Chicken goes right through me.
Yeah.
Steak be in there 4 or 5 days,
Yeah.
just chilling, fermenting.
Steak
and
is
shit.
heavy. Steak is. I could. What if you did free water,
Yeah, free water.
free fruit,
Definitely.
and free
Steaks.
seafood?
Oh, seafood. Nah, leave the water alone. I don't want to say free water because then motherfuckers will just destroy what's in the water all the time if it's free. They're already like making fish traps and fish farms and fucking making their own fish just to harvest and shit like that. Like,
I could eat fish forever, dude.
fish is delicious.
Any type of all the seafoods.
One of the
Crustaceans.
fastest digestion. Like, if you eat fish, you digesting that shit very quickly. It doesn't take long. It doesn't stay in your body for a long time. Shit like that, I try to keep in mind when I'm eating, and I feel like, yo,
I love fish.
I'm stuffed up or whatever. Probably ate too much red meat. That's what gets somebody like, ugh. But if
Yeah.
you eating like fish, that shit, you gonna eat that shit, it's gonna through your shit very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with like fruit.
Yeah,
Fruit's
fish
good
oil.
for like digestive issues.
And it's just healthy.
It's good for you.
All the fruits. There's so many. Almost every fucking vitamin that the body needs is
A lot of them.
in various fruits. Not all the fruits have all the vitamins, but like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
don't
eat
need
different
a
fruits for different
fruit
things.
platter. You know what I'm saying? Fruit
Yeah,
salad
but
or
they're
something like that.
super good, dude.
But not
And there's
Fruit
water
Loops.
in them.
Yeah, and it's water based, bro.
There's water in them.
But not Fruit Loops.
Man, Fruit Loops are so good.
You got top cereal, bro? What's
Hmm.
the best poisonous cereal?
Probably something with marshmallows in it.
Oh shit! Lucky Charms.
I don't know, man. Count Chocula's
Count
like
Chocolate Blueberry.
blueberries.
Oh, that shit's good.
That's a lot of food coloring.
That shit is colored, bro. You didn't even drink strawberry milk. It just looked like that shit.
Oh,
Placebo, nigga.
Blueberries are so good, dude.
Oh, blueberries the bomb, bro.
S'mores. Do you ever
S'mores,
have the s'mores cereal?
yeah.
That was really good. And whatchamacallit, I haven't seen it in a while, but what is that? What is that shit with the no, it's Rice Pops. You know the Rice Pop cereal?
I know Pops and Rice Krispies.
Oh, Rice Krispies. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay,
so
okay.
Rice Krispies. So like the Rice Krispie treat cereal. Remember that?
Nope.
Oh my god, it's just like a whole bunch of tiny little
Squares?
No, they're not squares. It's like they're all misshaped.
Just clumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is that delicious, dude?
Fucking good, man.
Can't be good for you.
Frosted Flakes. I feel like I'm just eating cardboard at that point with them shits, bro.
I like Frosted Flakes.
I know, but what is it? What is it?
It's like cornflakes with frosting.
They just say that.
I have some in my house right now. I threw the box out already, so I can't. Or did I?
Just say
It might be
that.
on my back porch. I should read that shit.
Stay
Whatever. I like
healthy.
it. It's healthier. I used to always try to get like at least one wild ass, something with marshmallows in it and stuff for Zanaya and myself.
Once in a while, yeah. Well, those kids are fine because they can just digest anything pretty much.
But Vicky's like, man, why you man?
See RFK Jr. in that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, what the fuck? I grew up on this shit. This shit is good, man.
Yeah, I'm with it.
And let the kids be kids.
So, yo, let me see if I can find it. I'll see if I can find a snapshot at least. I took a screenshot of some shit. A famous streamer bought a $70,000 robot.
It's gonna kill him.
To hang out with it. And guess what they did with this shit?
Threw it off a cliff or something?
Nah, they bullied the shit out of it.
And what did it do?
Nothing. It just eventually it broke or whatever, but they were just pushing it around get the fuck out of here, nigga. Get the fuck.
Okay.
Get out of my face. And then they'd be walking around just trying to be as, I don't know if they tried to be as mean as possible, but.
While it's trying to be helpful?
It's just chilling. It's just walking around, waving and shit. Walking around, going, go to your room, motherfucker. And the motherfucker will walk into a closet, close the door and shit.
Is the robot connected to the internet?
I don't know how the fuck that thing is.
It's learning.
It was going around to the store. Nigga went to IHOP or some shit with it. With a do-rag on. He put a do-rag on the shit.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah. Kai Cenat and the I don't know if it's a Tesla robot, whatever the fuck kind of robot it was, but that motherfucker walking around, dapping people up, shaking people's hands, and listening to whatever the fuck. It's not the best listener in the world, but it do what it do. It listens, it knows when you're talking to it, it'll turn to you. It be walking away, it'll turn his torso, wave like this, and then it'll fucking waddle the fuck away.
It's learning, bro.
But they were for probably 10 minutes, they're just pushing it. They're just he'll get up, walk around, motherfucker.
Nobody told you to get up.
Sometimes it looked like it might have retaliated on some emotional shit, but I don't think it ever could.
On Friday. Friday? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Friday, because Saturday we watched that other fucking gayish thing. But on Friday we watched The Wild Robot. You heard of this shit?
No.
So, really?
The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. It's a great movie. I recommend everybody see it. It's a great family movie. Great storyline. But the idea is we're way into the future, right? Mm-hmm. Super into the future, and they have robots helping the world, blah, 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 blah. And there's this one helper robot. It's like a Roz something. I don't fucking remember the name. But it's on a shipment. I can't remember if it was on a boat or a plane, gets stuck in a hurricane or a big storm. The shipment's lost on this island.
Okay.
And the robot turns on, and it's supposed to just be helpful. If you got it, the robot would pop up and be like, "Hey, I'm here to help you. How can I help you?" And then it just solves whatever tasks you want. And then once it's solved all the tasks that you want, it just is like, all right, cool, I'll see you later, and it'll like hit like a come pick me up signal like on its head,
Okay.
and then the company will come pick it up and then go to another person. This thing goes and it's on this island. There's no humans on there. It's just all these animals.
And its job is to look for a package.
No, its job is to help you.
Oh, help.
But there's nobody
Oh, there's
there
no one
technically
there.
to help.
I see.
But there is animals. So
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
animals come around and it's just like, yo, can I help you? But it doesn't know how to speak animal or
Right,
anything
right,
like that.
right.
So it tries to figure it out. But it's also self-learning. So it like sits down for, it looks like weeks and weeks and just trying to take in all of the like the animals that are coming around it and the environment and everything. And then it's like, all right, update completed. And now in the movie, like it starts out with the animals like, but then after it learns everything, now the animals are able to talk to it because it understands.
Oh, okay. Language barrier's been
It
removed,
figures
yeah.
figures it out. It figures
out how to speak animal.
Yeah.
Dr. Doolittle robot in this bitch.
Yeah, and it it winds up like, you know, basically like helping everybody, mainly helping this one like goose or whatever.
What if this snake is like, yo, I'm hungry and this rat is too fast? He's like, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat that
Yeah.
shit. You want me to cook it for you?
Well, eventually, like this robot like gets beat up and it has like a sensory type of not overload, but it gets like fucked up, so it starts learning a different way, and basically has like compassion and all this shit.
Huh.
But just that concept, like imagine that, like you get this fucking robot that dudes have.
I'm going to show you this video.
It's supposed to, we can't watch the whole thing
No,
right now.
No, I'm just going to show you the video of them kicking the robot and shit like that.
But like imagine if you fucking bullying the shit out of this robot.
And after that shit came out, the internet or the chat or whatever, they were like, yo, why do I feel some type of way for the robot?
Right?
Why do I feel bad that these niggas are kicking the shit out of this robot?
It's not real.
And someone's like, what's the difference if I kick the rock across the street? Where your mom at, nigga? Where your
Yeah.
mom at?
It's because people are starting to have compassion for everything, dude.
I think it's just a human thing to like put yourself in a thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Where your mom at?
the world's crazy, dude.
Do you feel like bad for the robot? That people be bullying them? Like, right, that video, does that bring up any type of emotion for the robot? When deep down you know the robot don't give a fuck.
I'll say this.
Uh-huh.
If me and you got a robot like that,
Yeah.
I think we would eventually have to do that.
I would test
We would
its
definitely
limits.
do
Yeah,
it.
I would
We would
test its
definitely.
limits.
We'd be like, well, let's see how tough this piece of shit is. Like, we would bully the fuck out of this thing for at least like half hour.
I wouldn't want to break it. Let me test your grip strength. And he breaks my fucking hand.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's like a robot is a robot right now to me. So
No different than a rock on the floor.
yeah, same.
Feel ya,
This
feel
thing
ya.
is this like, you get mad at your video game controller, you might smash that thing. Get mad at your Roomba, you might kick that thing.
Yeah, maybe.
This robot,
He ain't doing nothing.
like,
The fuck you looking at?
why are you always coming in to the bathroom when I'm taking a shit? You know what I mean?
Why are you listening all the time?
Yeah, why?
Push,
Yeah.
push,
So,
push, push, push.
and then like, but then I'd probably fear it after a while if it was like super gaining knowledge. I'd be like, this ain't good, dude.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'd treat it badly.
Like, this thing doesn't bleed. Like, the only thing I could do, especially if it's, as long as it's not like solar powered some way, is just let that battery run down. I'll hide your fucking charger and all that shit.
Yeah, it might be charging himself somehow. Like when they go to a dock station or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, even when I talk to my fucking Google, I'll be like, yo, Google, what's the weather like tomorrow? And Google's like, the weather tomorrow is blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, thanks, Google. It don't say shit. Sometimes it'd be like, no problem, I'm here to help. Sometimes they don't say shit, but I'm like, thanks. Because I would have had to look that up on my own. At least this motherfucker
Lazy
did it for you.
motherfucker.
I'm walking. I don't want to be looking it up. My phone's somewhere. I don't know where it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, but
Damn, dude. Spoiled ass
Would you get a robot like that in your house though?
If I had enough money,
Like that's next step. Like they gonna be in your house.
if I had enough money,
That thing
I
opens
would
doors.
absolutely get a robot.
Yeah.
But
Let's say it was $2,000 to have a house robot.
Sure. But
What does it do?
yeah, what does it what is it doing that I can't see? Is my thing. You know what I mean? Because whoever gave me this fucking robot, and in my mind, this is how I'm thinking of it.
Elon.
Yeah, the information that this thing is obtaining, it's recording it and it's getting stored somewhere, and that information is getting sent somewhere. It's not just staying in that fucking robot, bro.
So what if they paid you to have the robot so they can collect your data, but they're also giving you money for your data?
That's a different scenario.
But would it be like a better scenario?
Yeah, that'd
make
be a
you
better
want
scenario.
the robot just because?
Give me a free robot just to learn some shit as a test.
Did you see that movie, Afraid or whatever on Netflix? AI. The AI in Afraid is like capitalized or whatever.
I don't think so.
It's like a company that brings in an AI system into your home, and they're like, it's free. Don't even worry about it. It's a prototype. We're just testing it out. It's free. And that thing learns your family and then kills you or some shit. It does some fucked up shit to you, but it's just moving on from family. It wants your children and shit like that. It's kind of fucking wild, but essentially it's weird because the main character is like, why is this free? Like, why y'all just giving this shit away? There's got to be a catch to this or something like that. And the mom's like, no, it's no catch. I love this thing. It's like my companion.
But what's the point of it?
Just to like split your family up. Like it'll go up to your kid. Like when you're in the house, like say you're in the house and your kid's like, Dad, I want to fucking play games till 5 a.m. And you're like, go to sleep. You have school tomorrow. You're like, all right, fine. And then when the kid goes to sleep, the AI is like, you can play games till 5 a.m. I won't tell you, Dad.
Yeah.
Just hang out with me.
But what's the point of that?
Well, it's like splitting you up because then eventually the father is like, yo, I think this AI is fucking up my family. I don't want this shit in the house no more. And then when he's like, take that shit out, the family's like, I think you're kind of going crazy, Dad. I think you're the problem, Dad. And it's like, no, the AI is getting in all these kids' heads, telling them how to think.
But why is the AI doing that?
It's a company. No, it's a company. It's like his job to do that. It's like the AI eventually controls the human. When you think, it's a twisted movie. The nigga from Harold and Kumar is in it. The Chinese fella.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't the greatest movie, but for the plot, it was decent. But it was also garbage.
We're gonna see that.
That's how that shit goes.
Did you see that one where fucking I think it's Johnny Depp? It's called Cancer or something. He gets cancer. And then he's imminently going to die.
Okay.
And his option is die, or he could turn himself into AI.
Ooh.
So he'll just be like in the system. Did you ever hear that shit?
No.
Damn, what the fuck is the name of that? Anyway, so he takes the option like, fuck it. If I'm going to die, like I might as well just put my mind in here so I could live on.
Right.
And however way, I forget the whole details, but he gets hooked up to the internet and then basically takes over like everything, and people can't stop him. Like all these, he's like an insane virus.
Yeah.
And he could take over like guns
it's his
on
will.
ships. He could take over like missile silos.
Essentially, there's like a small conspiracy theory about all these planes crashing and shit. People thinking like somebody's hacking into these shits and either shutting shit down or taking the control over it.
I wonder.
It's a test for that shit, but we don't really know or whatever, but I don't know.
I mean, I would assume that you can with how far technology has come.
Yeah.
Like you could put a plane in autopilot, and I bet you somebody on the ground could shut that off or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I assume.
They'd be like, we'll take it from here, and it's a motherfucker on command flying this shit for you.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, it's time to land. Take over the controls. And then all of a sudden, now the pilot's doing his job. When it comes to landing the plane, that's really the actual job of the pilot. That and taking off, just staying in the sky is just engineering at its finest. You know what I'm saying? So you're not really in control of shit. They do that shit with like, I mean, I don't know how true space movies are or whatever, but when a nigga's in space, they not in the cockpit flying this shit. Somebody's on like, you're on course. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the nigga's not driving through space like, yo, check out this drift, nigga. Like,
No, true.
there's somebody already putting the algorithm in to do what it has to do.
There's this one.
What if somebody tweaked it and then all of a sudden you fucked?
There's this one.
I'm gonna
Like
grab my other drink. Hold on.
it was like a live thing. So this dude gets a taxi, right? This shit really happened. This dude gets a taxi. It turns out to be one of the self-driving taxis. So there's no, and I don't know why there wasn't another human in there. Maybe that guy passed the testing. I didn't even think they allowed that shit because they used to be like, you could get, self-driving taxi, but there would be an operator that would sit in the passenger seat just in case something goes wrong. So he could take it off of that automated bullshit and everybody's safe. That dude's not in the car. So this nigga gets in the car and the program malfunctions. And this motherfucker is just doing circles in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, dude, I got to go to work. Like, what the fuck is going on? So he calls the hotline and they're like, okay, we can see you're in this car. We gotta get you like a such and such. And he's just like, yo, just push the button. Just get this thing to stop. Like, I'm starting to get sick. We're just going in circles in this fucking parking lot. It's not hitting any cars or anything like that. It's just going in circles in this fucking around. Like there's a bunch of parking spots and there's like cars like in the middle. And this thing's going all the way out and around.
Yeah.
Like, not just like donuts. Like, it's going, and it's just smoothly doing it. And the guy's like, I, like, just cut it off. Just cut it off. And the lady on the phone was just like, I can't just cut it off. And it's like, how can you not just cut, like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
like,
that's weird.
For real. Like, you can see what this thing is doing. You see the pattern that it's doing. You see where it is. Like, you are at some operating thing and you know what is happening and you can't do anything.
There's no override or...
The video cuts out so you don't really see the outcome. I assume, I didn't see anything in the news. It's not like he died or anything. Apparently they stopped it. But it's just like, to allow something like that is mind-blowing. And then to talk you're talking to another human being that could see what's going on, and you can't stop it, bro. Like, you're sitting there telling this passenger, just chill. What do you mean, just chill? Like,
there's no brake inside of it?
I don't know.
None of this manual let me take over type shit?
I would assume that there was, and the guy just didn't want to, like, hop up in the seat. But at the same time, how the fuck is that his job?
Still, yeah. That's
like, you
pretty
offered
weird.
this crazy wild service, and now it malfunctions, and you don't have a way to immediately stop it. Like, you're going to tell him, hey, you didn't just hang out for like 15 more minutes of going around in circles or something, or they'll be like, oh, you just got to wait till it like runs out of gas. Or
what if like you
charge or whatever.
You got the cruise control on and you cruising, and essentially the second you apply some pressure to your brake turns the cruise control off.
Correct.
What if that doesn't happen? What if that part of it is broken and it can't turn itself off and you're now stuck going 80?
Depending on what kind of car you're in,
can you just shut that shit off while you're driving?
that could be an option. But also, like, let's just say you're in a manual car, you could just pull it right out of gear.
That's true.
And or if you're in an automatic car, depending on what kind of automatic car, could possibly throw it into neutral that way too.
That's true. But can't you just take the keys out of your car while you're driving?
Yeah, you could cut.
Will your
car
tires still be spinning, or will they lock up?
I don't know about this new technology.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I feel like if they did lock up, then it wouldn't allow you to take the keys out, and you're just stuck going 80.
I don't know, man.
For my family. Ah.
I mean, what would you do if you're in an automatic car, today's modern shit, and it's stuck going 80? There's many, many car crashes that happen because of that too. Like, the car just wanted to keep going.
I've seen that. I've seen even, this is also very conspiratorial, but people dying because they cars did some shit. Like they then all of a sudden that shit's like pow. And they're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck just happened? And he's dead.
Yeah.
And then they be like, who was driving the car? And he's like, yo, that nigga was a CEO for something. And you're like, wait a minute. They be saying shit like if your car is over a certain year, you got a certain chip that motherfuckers could override your shit. That's why my car old. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I don't be getting that fucking OnStar shit.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit,
I'll be
bro.
like, get out of here. I know for a fact they could cut your car off, so why the fuck
Yeah, exactly, bro.
would they not be able to speed your car up?
I just thought there's some, there's some type of technology that might hinder, but at the same time, it's helpful. But at the same time, it might hinder. You just can't be doing no wrong. You can't be a criminal out here. They'll just stop your fucking car, tell the police where you at,
Pull you right
lock
over.
your own doors in your own car. Might drive your car to the fucking precinct.
Yeah. Yeah. Deliver your ass there
Delivery, bro.
with the bow. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. It seems that you have a warrant out for your arrest, and now
And
we're
then it's
taking
like
a
click.
detour.
It locks
Click.
the doors on you. Shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
While you were away, we installed bulletproof glass on your door so you can't break out.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. That'd be some shit.
Technology, it's all scary. It's all kind of scary. It's cool, but it's if the machine itself doesn't manipulate something, there's somebody that can manually.
I don't think I have any like technology that I'm afraid of in my house, but
I guess not me either right now.
it could get that way. But I don't have any, so I don't really have a say in that type of shit. All right, question. What do you think about Don Trump declaring Mexican cartels a terrorist group?
I heard about this.
What do you think about that, bro?
I think
Think about that shit, bro. Mexican drug cartels. I'm just gonna say cartels, but
I mean, low key, like by the definition of a terrorist, they are terrorizing.
they be terrorizing.
So, you know what I mean? Word. But I'm trying to remember what the fuck these cats were saying. Because they were like, it's one thing when you have, like, a terrorist is usually, you know, one or a couple cats that, like, are doing some kind of, like, a revolt or protest type of whatever for some sort of reason.
Like Hamas.
Yeah, I guess like Hamas. And
They probably think they're righteous, but
the
their neighbors probably think they're terrorists.
yeah, but the cartel is a militia mafia type of business.
Very organized crime.
And
Maybe not
it's-
super organized all the time, but some of that shit is very organized.
Yeah, and they control a whole lot of stuff. Like, it's not just a couple cats trying to like make a point. Like, no, this is a straight business.
Yeah, this is mafia.
This is a
mafia.
100% business with straight military shit. Like, they have all the shit. These are armies.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't just a bunch of cats living in some fucking holes or anything like that.
But some of
Caves.
them are. Like, not all cartel groups follow the same flag or whatever. They be fighting amongst themselves. I was asking the Mexican homie I know, and he's like, bro, it's really like north and south shit. If you by the border, dumb cartels, they fucking wild.
Mm.
They want to bring in drugs. They want to bring in human trafficking. They want to do that shit. And they don't give a fuck. They'll shoot on sight. They got big ass guns. They're very organized.
Yeah,
They'll
militia.
fly into your city and do some shit.
Give a
They
shit.
don't give a fuck. But when it's not by the border and it's cartel shit, they're not always as evil minded. They like building hospitals and schools and making sure the government stays out of this fucking business by
'Cause the
any means
government's
necessary.
corrupt.
The government, I mean, it's getting better now because the newly appointed president lady down there, she's pretty badass. But before that, they just didn't have the money to fucking help everybody. So you had to rely on your block. You had to rely on your local gangster to fuck
Yeah.
people up for you, and that became a cartel group that ran shit. Very mafia-esque, you know what I'm saying? So, but they're not here to just shoot civilians that live in their community. They're upholding some type of rules. And what do you need? We're gonna run everything for you. What do you need? We need schools. We need a boxing gym. We need this. We need. They'll give you those things, but you gotta stay within our jurisdiction to have those things. Once you step out of our jurisdictions, the next cartel group is gonna fucking see you as easy pickings, and I can't protect you outside of that shit.
Yeah.
That is how far it's gone, but that's not
every cartel.
That's not every cartel group, and I forget the group name, something 99, MS-13, whatever the fuck the names are, whatever the fuck. There's a group that they just love bringing in that Fenty, and they love that coyote human trafficking game. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is a lot of missing children out there.
But
and,
he's gonna label all of them across the board.
I think he just said, I don't know if he labeled it all across the board, because I don't know if he labeled. The nigga loves speaking about that MS-13 shit.
What does it even do?
What?
What would be the pros and the cons of even doing that?
Labeling it terrorism?
Yeah.
You could bring in the army to fight them.
Ah.
Now it's righteous to shoot these niggas because they're terrorists. Now it's righteous to drop a bomb on these niggas because they're labeled terrorists. It's the same shit with when we went to war for the Afghan shit.
Is it worth it?
I think there's just
should we be taking resources from one spot and pointing them towards that type of shit?
I think
I wonder
if we're gonna do any type of strong arming, it should be something that's close to home, and it shouldn't be something that's over the ocean. And this is probably a close to home problem. So we should probably handle it how we would have handled it if it was an over the seas problem. You know
I think we should help everybody that we can if we can. You know? But
help them out.
At the same time, it's like, y'all niggas got to figure your shit out too.
You got to figure it out.
Word up to Ukraine and all that, and I'm glad, but do we have to give them that many billions of dollars of not just money, but, food and...
We had to help them out.
And ammunition.
It's what they asked for.
Which I get. We should help them out. But at the same time, especially against, what we could call, our enemy, Russia.
I don't want to say that, but all right.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't like saying that.
Maybe not our enemy,
I don't really think we got enemies like that.
Whatever. They're not, they don't give a shit about democracy and all that.
There's some friction there.
Yeah, they're like a totalitarian state, if you will. So, and we're not for that. But at the same, it's us all the way over here just because we're big dogs. We should help, but should we have helped that much? I don't know.
The thing is that they asked us to help them. So
yeah, like I said, we should help, but that much.
It's a good way to wash your money. I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's a great way to wash your money.
I mean, I don't know. That's a weird.
Hey, war makes money, man. That's the thing there. You know what I'm saying?
But would it help if we did that? Would it help if we named them all terrorists?
The cartel group?
What does that? I mean, yeah, it gives us that extra reason to use more force, but
yeah, I'm not. We don't live by a border or anything like that, so the immigration thing is not really affecting me that much. There's nobody fucking up our streets or whatever. Whatever problems we had, I feel like we've always had them, and they haven't really risen that much.
Yeah.
I wonder. We don't live by the border, so I don't really know the extent of that shit.
I wish I could remember what that dude was saying. I listened to this whole thing on the news about that. It was maybe a 5-minute sort of, journalistic point of view, and they were saying the pros and cons. Just can't remember them.
It's gonna incite some violence. If you label somebody terrorist group, they might fly another plane into a building because now you calling them terrorists, they're gonna act out. So it's not it ain't no all pros or type of shit, or all cons type of shit. They want to fight them. They letting them know you can't just keep feeding our people fentanyl. You can't just keep sneaking that into everything. You can't keep bringing in human trafficking for Diddy. You can't do that shit no more.
It's hard to stop everything because once the whole world is kind of like that type of boat that has 1 million holes in it.
Yeah.
You could stop a hole, but there's still one over there.
Yeah.
You can stop that one, but there's still one over there. You can keep bailing the boat out, but there's always gonna be another hole, dude.
Yeah, but we can't abandon the ship.
And we can't. It's
do
our
that.
ship.
Yeah,
That's
it's our
what we're
ship,
on.
yeah.
So it's kind of just you You gotta definitely pick your battles and your wars and shit like that. But
I think it's a power move to apply pressure. I think that's Trump's main reason why people like him so much, because he could do a power move that applies pressure, and that is something that I guess Joe Biden couldn't do because he seems so old and he seems so fragile.
and you gotta, again, there's pros and cons to this shit. Like
Yeah.
how much is it gonna cost? Not just financially, but resource wise,
Yeah.
people wise, and then is the outcome? What's the percentage of the outcome even being a good thing? This whole thing could make it so many things worse
Could make it worse.
in the end,
or
you
could
know
make
what
it
I mean?
better.
And it could make it better, but at what cost to make it better?
I think yeah, I think the applying of the pressure will probably have some fights happen. Probably.
Absolutely.
But how long? The thing with like Russia and Ukraine fighting is that we're funding Ukraine. That's why they keep fighting. If we never funded them shits, they would have got squashed out, and that wouldn't be a war no more. It would just got handled. You know what I'm
Maybe.
saying? That's just
Maybe.
my opinion. That's my opinion. Because the nigga in Ukraine, Zelensky, he's like, we can't defend ourselves. We need another country to help us. That's why they try to get into NATO so bad, so they would get guaranteed help if anybody crossed their lines. And we giving you help, bro. But if we didn't give you no fucking help, or anybody else didn't give you no help,
Somebody else would have given him some help, but
they're getting help from a lot of places, but
Yeah.
it's mainly us.
yeah, we definitely.
But
gave
if they
him most.
didn't, bro, I feel like they would have just
Yeah, if they were just there by themselves,
that would have been a quick squashing.
We gave them all kinds of shit. Everybody gave them some shit, from all the military vehicles, planes, ammunition.
So if we do
We
this
even
shit,
gave them knowledge.
if we do this shit to
Train some niggas.
same
and
shit to like I don't want to say go war with Mexico, but like warring with the cartels in that group down there, is there gonna be another country that funds them? Like is China? Because China got some word down there. China got some word in Mexico. They own some shit.
Absolutely.
So they're gonna be like, yo, it's in our right or in our respect to, we should probably help these people defend their stuff. I don't know.
That type of shit. When you're like up there, like it's whatever for us talking about it. But when you're up there, they got cats that calculate this shit out. Like just
Yeah.
like I was saying, like there's definitely a percentage of success. So it's like if we do this, maybe there's only 10% success. This could be a whole crazy wild game of chance. 10% chance that we're gonna achieve what we wanted to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
If we do that, or is it, hey, if we do this, there's a 90%. There's no 100. There's never a 100.
Nah.
So they got to sit there and decide: do we play or do we not play? What's the success rate?
It's like chess.
Exactly. And
I'm putting the thing right here. I'm
and-
putting the knight right here. I'm letting
Yeah.
y'all know what you gonna do. This knight is close to the queen.
I would be like, we'll say like just between those two administrations, like Biden will be like, 50 or less, maybe we shouldn't do it. We got other shit, other fish to fry. We got other things to do, blah, blah, blah. Trump is like, 1% chance? Let's fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, Trump, I don't think he really gives a shit about.
I don't think it's 1%, bro.
But I'm just saying, like, he would pick some wild shit. He's like, oh, so there's a chance? Like, let's fucking do it.
I think his avenue is like, I'm trying to think of how like a samurai would say that shit. Like strike first or get slashed or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That mentality, yeah.
That type of shit. Like
I get that,
throw
too.
the first punch or you're getting sucker punched or some shit like that. You know, and
I
you
get
probably
that.
don't want to get sucker punched, so you should probably strike first or something like that. Strike first, strike hard.
Yeah, I
Sounds
know
like
what you're saying.
sounds like Cobra Kai.
Yeah. I get that, too.
Cobra Kai or die. I get it, but like I'm saying, it's not. There's no one way to play chess. It's how you're playing your opponent. It's how you play the game. Knowing your opponent and know how to react to what the fuck they might do.
And you got to think, too, like, just like that. You're playing chess. Like, me and you are playing chess.
Yeah.
We could play mad times.
We play a bunch of times.
Right? But
Yeah.
maybe this game, there's only one time you could play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we do this and we fail,
Yeah,
then
we
we
can only
can
play it
never
once.
try to do this again. Like, everything will be obliterated or bridges will be burned. Like, whatever, and then
Something.
you know what I mean. So is it worth it?
I just feel also that new president in Mexico, I can't remember that lady's name. She hate the cartel, bro. She
As
want that
most
shit
do.
extinguished, bro. You know what I'm
As
saying?
most
She want
do.
order, order, order. So maybe they got agreement. Maybe she and Trump or the United States, they gonna do some pincer attack type shit. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like an effort for both sides or whatever the type. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't really listen to their.
I mean, there's a couple countries where like their presidents declared martial law.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I'm
they do
saying?
that shit to like win elections, bro.
But some of them are just like that. They are very passionate about not having crime.
Yeah.
But in that process, like when you declare martial law, you're basically committing crimes to hold
Yeah.
down crime.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, now all these drugs are off the street, but you put all these people, some innocent, in jail to achieve that, and you also beat the shit out of, if not killed,
Took some
mad
extreme
people.
measures, man.
Yeah, like everybody in this town is now, or country is living in fucking fear.
Yeah. There's no order.
You know what I mean?
But
So
does it call for that sometimes? I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't like to think that if I ever run into an issue, I should probably remove all rules to fix the issue.
yeah,
I don't like that.
it's
You gotta
wild.
play by the rule. I feel like if you a good player, if you good at that game, you should be able to finesse with the rules within, from the rules within. You know, maybe bend them a little bit, but finesse with the rules within, and you should be a good player. But some niggas, they don't want to play that game. They just want to put in the cheat code for like 2 hours.
Some cats they're fed up. They tried all these, like, we'll say for 30 plus years,
Yeah.
all these leaders tried to do the same fucking thing, maybe a little bit of a different way,
Yeah.
but it really never solved the problem or whatever. And then that society is tired of that shit. So this one cat comes in and he's like, we're not fucking playing those games anymore.
Yeah.
I'm laying the smack down on this shit now.
Know your role.
And maybe for his time that he's there, 4 years or whatever, it could be for that country or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was kind of a safer place, but at what cost? You know what I mean?
True. And it's gonna stay this way. Like, was
And
it
is it
really
gonna
worth
stay
it? You
this
know what I'm
way?
saying? You just did this for the show and it worked, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you leave office, shit gets back to whatever the fuck it was before. Like,
But sometimes it's good for cats to see that shit,
Yeah, I guess.
so they don't do it again,
Yeah.
or they can find a medium in between being nice and not being nice, or whatever. However the fuck you want to take it.
Yeah.
Like, shit's, people are nuts, man. That's why everybody, I was going to say, that's why mad people want to just get in a cult. They don't want to think about anything.
Pick the right cult, man. You know what I'm saying?
They're like,
Cult.org.
I'm tired of figuring shit out. You just tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do.
Just tell me what to
You know what I'm
do.
saying? Take my money and I'll be alright.
Yeah. Tell me everything's going to be all right.
Hey, there's some truth to that. You know, this is a little aspect of heaven in that shit. I think when people want to go to heaven, is like, I always thought that's more of a state of mind. Like, if you believe that shit, like God's version of heaven, biblical heaven, if you believe like, oh, I did
And
so
live
much
forever.
good, and then I'll go to heaven when I die. If you truly believe that shit, you're not even worried about day to day shit no more. You living in bliss,
Whatever,
bro.
dude.
But if you don't believe that shit, you might be worried about shit all the time. So you gotta have some type of belief system that gets you from day to day.
Absolutely.
Just don't be totally blissed the fuck out,
Absolutely.
where you don't even see what's next to you.
And don't push your bullshit on other people.
You could try,
I mean, if you want to make some money.
but don't bomb us if they don't want to listen.
Yeah.
That's like the Israel shit, you know what I'm saying?
That stuff's nuts, dude. They had like a ceasefire for a while.
Yeah, the fourth one. And they only do that shit so they can celebrate something. It's fucking lame, bro.
And they do a little bit of helping, they can get the food trucks in, they can get the medical stuff, get some people saved. But ultimately, dude, at the end, whenever this is done, dude, they've destroyed each other, dude. Like, they're both places with so much rubble now. Like, it's going to take so much money and so much time to clean all that stuff up, man. Like, 'cause it's all uninhabitable.
They'll do it.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they'll do it. But, like, look at it's all such a shame, dude. War is so fucked up.
It's
and
religion
we're
based though.
yeah,
man. It's
that's
like religious
and that's
based.
even
Why
worse.
I think it's just so stupid, man.
That's even worse. You know what I mean? There was no need for this in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like, many years ago.
BC.
Yeah, and this was coming, like it was boiling up, and they just didn't stop fucking with each other and treating each other like trash. And
They
boom.
always been fucking with them, but you know how this shit go. Like, like I was trying to say this to Sarah, kind of, but I don't like to speak about this type of shit in public. But here I am on a podcast talking about it. But that type of shit is religion, Bible, prophetic based. This is some shit that the Bible said was gonna happen to that specific area. Lost tribes of Israel, whatever all that shit. Motherfuckers read that shit. They're like, yo, my blood is of a lost tribe, so I'm chosen.
Get out of here.
And it doesn't really matter what y'all think. I'm chosen. God chose me. So what I do is right. And what you do is wrong.
My family is the best family.
That mindset is false. I think
You're living on my land.
religion should just be for barbaric ass people. If you're a fucking barbaric ass motherfucker, you need religion. But if you're not a barbaric ass motherfucker, you don't need religion. You're gonna become a radical. You're gonna become an extremist. But if you are a barbaric caveman, unga bunga motherfucker,
Can't find a path.
don't even know that shit exists. All you know is take and live. If that's you or whatever, barbarian style, you probably need some religion to get yourself up to speed with everybody else in civilization. But I think once you're already civilized, that shit just makes you radical. I think it just makes you a little culty.
Yeah. Science rules.
A little culty.
Yeah, if you know what's up, man, you're using this for a reason, and not just for like.
And not even all religious.
To be a good person, you're doing it to like
shit on other people almost.
and to like benefit yourself on a fucked up level. Not just like, hey, I'm just trying to be a good citizen. You're trying to take advantage of something to better yourself.
You need bad people to look to see how good people are type shit. I'm like, bro.
You need the bad guy.
Call me the bad guy. You need me. Or whatever Scarface said.
Yeah.
They got like Buddhism isn't really a religion in my opinion. It just means like you should probably fuck with yourself more than anything else. Like what I feel like
Inner
doing,
peace, zen.
what I feel like doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody's like, yo, you should probably shut the fuck up. What I feel like doing is what I feel like doing.
Yes.
That first. And if my feel like doing has nothing to do with what you want me to do, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, mind your fucking
And
business.
if I say shut the fuck up, don't get mad. Because I'm at peace, nigga. You can't say that. You can't. A motherfucker says something to you, you get hurt. You can't say shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get hurt in their emotions when someone tell them they can't do something, or hey, maybe you should stop doing this. What are you calling me, fat? You should say shut the fuck up. That's the Buddhist way, bro. shut the fuck up.
Religion's a good excuse for a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah. Good stories though. Great stories, man. Great stories.
Wild ass stories.
Like you think that flood shit was real?
No.
Even in a little part of the world?
Yeah, I'm sure there's we've obviously factually seen and can still see all kinds of parts of the world where there's mountainous, like huge mountains and canyons that had water.
Oh, they say the Grand Canyon was flooded.
Yeah,
And that shit used to be some shit.
Yeah, and you could see like on the water table or the water line,
Yeah,
where it was, and it's
erosion
like,
or whatever.
and it's
that
like
shit.
so far up there. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely the planet had a lot more water on it and everything, and I'm sure there was lots of floods, but there definitely wasn't just one fucking goddamn flood. And a guy on a fucking boat that was able to fit two of every fucking animal.
Can you even
on
call that a boat? It was just a box.
Get the fuck out of
It's
here,
built like
bro.
a giant fucking box.
It's the most outrageous fucking story.
Cool story. Though.
Not the most. There's other crazy
There's
ones.
some wild ones, but cool story. Cool story.
Yeah, like the concept is neat, but it's just like once you, I'm gonna say, not 6 years old, you can't believe that shit. You just can't believe that shit. feel me? Like this is just like you got to be kidding me, bro.
He built the ark, and then he got
Like you've been to the zoo.
2 of every animal.
What? You've been to the zoo.
Yeah.
Think about 20 zoos. Could you fit like 20 zoos worth of animals in like a giant shipping container?
Giant, yeah.
We got some really big ships, dude. We got some
battleship,
huge
bro.
ones, but you
Goddamn.
probably couldn't do it. And then think about what we got. There's no Okay, I know that back in the day, especially when it comes to like the Chinese, they made and the Romans, they made humongous fucking ships, dude. Like some of them were super luxurious. They were sprawling ass like mansions with like marble and stuff that fucking floated, and they had like a bajillion servants rowing these bitches.
Word.
Like 2 stories of people rowing.
Row.
Like that's factual. These things were so big. But even those motherfuckers, bro, like they're not getting through some wild, crazy storm. They weren't built that fucking great.
If it was a box.
It's just it's just an impossibility, dude. And then how long did it rain or whatever?
40 days.
40 days?
It's like a month and a little bit.
Half of those animals are gonna eat each other and or die on that
Animal
motherfucker.
feed? They give these niggas, yo.
Yeah, like, and what are you gonna do? Like, yeah, get the fuck. Obviously, I guess you're not putting aquatic animals on there. They're just gonna be in the water, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But how about them freshwater niggas? You gonna have a boat full of fucking
point.
And there's some big ass freshwater fish.
He got an aquarium in
big
there.
ass freshwater fish, bro.
He had the aquarium in there. He had a Bronx Zoo in there. He had Camden Aquarium in there. He
With
had
the water filter going.
He had all these birds flying around
bubbles.
and shit with the water filter going.
The fuck out.
It was just one of his kids just like blowing bubbles in the fucking.
Yeah, you got cold water fish. You got warm water fish. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Funky story.
Wild ass story. And that's what it is.
Funny thing about that story is that was told in a Christian Bible type shit, and then in an old Sumerian text story about the Epic of Gilgamesh. I don't want to say I guess I'll just say that shit. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, it's this nigga's story about this King Gilgamesh goes on his thing. He's trying to find immortality, and someone tells him, he's like, yo, you can never find that shit. But I think we found a dude who did achieve immortality. And he's like, where is he? And he's like, I don't know. He's just a dude who survived the flood. You got to find him. And he finds a guy. And he's like, yo, you're the guy that survived the flood? He's like, yep. And we're talking about Noah. He finds him and he's like, yo, what you're looking for is like I don't know. He gives him something. He's like, this is what you need for immortality type shit. And then he takes it, and the motherfucker Gilgamesh loses it on his journey on his way back home. He loses that shit in the water. But the story brings up that there was someone who did survive a crazy ass flood and now has immortality. He's living somewhere crazy. You don't know how to find him, and he found him. But that's 2 stories that they talked about in different times. That they talked about a great flood in which one person survived type
Stories
shit.
travel, bro. That's another thing,
Yeah, it's
too.
a good story. Pretty cool, though.
Like, if me and you, especially back in the day, stories that's TV, nigga.
Facts.
And it's also a form of control, too, depending on what dummies you can get to, like, truly believe. But if I come from, we'll say, 10,000 miles away, bro, and I meet you, and then I tell you some kind of fucking story that I knew from my land.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, later. Then now you're sitting there. I didn't tell anybody else. I just told you. So now you could be like, hey, everybody. Blah, 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 blah. And you just put your little spin on it.
Yeah. People
You
do
know what I
that
mean?
with stories all the time.
Yeah. And you could be like, well, I came up with it. And they would never know. I left. And they're never going to see me. I'm
Yeah,
10,000 fucking miles away.
They do that shit.
Took me like 10 years to just get over here, nigga. Like you're never going to see me again.
They do that shit in the hood, bro.
Yeah.
They be like, yo, we was standing outside, police showed up, arrested us. Now I'm in the cell for a day or 2. But the story that was told was, man, we was just chilling, doing nothing. Police was like, Get your ass on the ground. And I fought like 6 police officers before they arrested me. Really, there was only 2 there, but the story that you tell or someone else will tell for you, like say you ain't even tell a story. Say someone saw it and they were like, yo, the nigga fucking decked 4 officers before they had him on the ground. They couldn't get him down. Nigga's a G. And then they arrested him. And then when you come back home, you're like, bro, what happened? I heard 4, you decked 4 officers and you really only decked 1.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I decked 4, nigga.
Yeah.
They couldn't even hold me down, and now you contributing to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just to have your name upped up a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's how this shit go, man. Telephone game.
That's the fun part of it, life. That's the fun part, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah,
depending on how this story affects
just don't keep
people.
living the lie. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you go out here decking all these people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just don't believe the lie like that. But
yeah,
it's good to tell a juiced up story. I think
it's always
fun. It's funny to do that shit.
And you know, sometimes maybe you're on. Some people they just are honestly fucking it up just because it happened so long ago.
Yeah.
And they just, you know,
telephone
whatever.
game. Yeah, they telling it too many times, and now someone else gonna tell it a little different with the spin on it.
Depending on the story and what the effect it has on the community, it's like whatever. But some of them, it's like, man, you need to shut the fuck up.
This guy's a hero. We had a statue of him. Meanwhile, that guy's like, I never did those things. It's like they just wanted to make a statue of a motherfucker, you know?
Yeah. He's like, he's just a bad, on the low, like he was a bad dude. Like,
bad dude.
He used to fucking kick cats, like, every time he saw a cat.
I got a statue. How about that?
And there's one guy that's like, looking at everybody, knows that they're all idiots. And they're like, I know the truth, and you guys are
bro.
praising a cat kicker or some shit.
Yeah. The one cat that was attacking someone and you kicked it. That's why you got a statue.
You guys are praising him, and you gave him like a veterinary hospital with a name on it and a zoo. This nigga hated animals. Like, you don't even know this fool. Like,
yeah, bro. Exactly.
Like, you don't even know. And you can't tell nobody shit because everybody's like, you're crazy. You're the. And it's just like, whatever.
All right, bro.
Whatever. I seen him do it. I just didn't have a video camera.
You
like,
just know on the low what the truth is and shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just, I don't know. They say like the truth is more unbelievable than the lie or something like that. Sometimes when you just tell niggas the truth, they don't believe you.
True.
You'd much rather just lie to the motherfucker.
Because they weren't there, so they just can't.
Facts.
And that person, like, maybe it's about somebody just like that, the cat kicker, and you're like, dude, that guy, I've never seen him do that in my life. He would never do that. And it's just like, dude, you don't know this guy. Like,
yeah, you don't know him.
You don't fucking know him.
I was there when he got his first cat. Kicked it right in the teeth.
Yo, fucking bunted that like right through the goalpost.
I was holding up the post. He kicked it right through it.
I said, don't do it.
And then I got the camera out. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't tell them nothing.
You want to talk about these planes?
Could talk a little about the tragedy.
Yeah.
Super sad, man.
They just falling out the sky like dead birds.
It's super
well, that
sad.
one in Philly, at least. The other two just crashed into each other. And
yeah, helicopter into their plane.
What's up, man? Malaysian airline getting lost. That was years ago.
That was wild.
I don't even know what the fuck happened. Is Bermuda Triangle still a fucked up place? I don't even know.
I heard like that shit is like bullshit.
What?
That is like just like a how they say like
the Bermuda Triangle or the Malaysia airline?
The Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah, that's just like the currents. Their currents are shifting. Like Atlantic's getting pushed this way, a part of the Pacific getting pushed this way, and some shit's getting pushed this way. So if you just let your boat do its thing, you might go around in circles.
Which is word for a boat.
Yeah.
But they were trying to also put it on like if you have like radar or whatever,
just or can't see anything.
Yeah, or like
what the fuck is here?
You know, GPS. Like, once you get in there, it gets all fuzzy and it'll send you a different way. And they're like, nah, man, that's not a fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've been to Bermuda.
Yeah, like, why the fuck would you?
On a boat.
On a boat.
On a boat.
So, I don't know. But there's a lot of fucked up stuff that happened. Like, a lot of ships that sank out there. But that's, like, they also contribute that to, like, you're just sailing on shitty days. Like, really stormy, shitty hurricane days. Like, that's really what happened. Like, these cats, they just... wrong place, wrong time type of thing. It wasn't like this is guaranteed to happen. Like you guys are you're not looking at the weather. Like, you know what I mean? But then, yeah, the Malaysian thing is.
That's weird, man.
I wonder.
Disappeared. But they still never found it or some shit?
I don't think they found it yet. I think they just started trying to look again.
Let me check it out.
Not to say that everybody stopped,
Yeah.
but I think they whooped up like a fund to get another really big push.
Was the Malaysia plane ever found? Malaysia flight, blah, 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 which disappeared March 8th, 2014, never been fully recovered. However, several pieces of debris confirmed to be from the aircraft have been found in different locations. A wing part in Reunion Island and Mozambique, Madagascar, Tanzania, South Africa found some debris. Isn't that some way away from Malaysia? Whatever.
I mean, they found that shit years and years later, though. So,
despite extensive search efforts, including the largest underwater search in history, the main wreckage and black boxes remain missing. Black boxes.
Need that.
The most widely accepted theory is that the plane crashed into the southern Indian Ocean, but without more evidence, the exact cause and final location remain unknown. So we really don't know where that shit went.
Wow.
Essentially, right, like, we don't know how deep ocean is and shit. If something do crash into the ocean and go all the way to the bottom, we never gonna find that shit.
No, we find lots of stuff.
What if it go to the bottom?
Depends on which bottom it is. There's some that we're
Can't
never gonna
get
find.
there, right?
There's some bottoms we can't reach right now,
Right.
for sure.
So if
but
something did fall in that shit,
did
we
it
ain't
fall
never
into
gonna-
that part?
I don't know, but I'm just saying hypothetically, like, if some shit really did fall into like the deepest part of the ocean or whatever, how they even really expect to find that shit?
Radar and shit, sonar.
Oh yeah, sonar and shit, like radar and shit. I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah, this plane shit is weird, bro. We don't know if niggas is hacking these planes or the planes just be malfunctioning or it's human error. We don't know.
Yeah.
What if we just leave it up to AI from there on? What if they find out it was human error and they're like, man, we just gonna have to use AI because humans be they be having heart attacks sometimes.
That's why you have a co-pilot, though.
Both had heart attacks.
Right.
Your heart, my heart.
Same time. You should have never had those burritos. Like,
It's a cartel burrito. What the fuck? They put Fenty in the burrito.
enchiladas. Like, nah. Like, I think, R.I.P. and I feel sorry for everybody, all
Yeah,
the
that shit
family members.
sucks, man. Any type of plane crash is horrible, bro.
It's
Any type of crash in general, but like the plane shit is like
fatal crashes. Absolutely, dude.
it's like, yo, you went up in the sky. You probably flew mad planes.
So many planes.
And this time was the last time.
That's it.
How you gonna escape that shit? You gonna give everybody parachutes and shit?
And that shit, like, yeah, that's another part. Is like you get on a passenger plane, especially if it's like 100+ cats on that jump.
Yeah.
They don't bring that many parachutes.
They don't got 100 parachutes.
They got like
They might have to now.
you got your flotative cushion. You know what I mean? You can jump out the plane,
Yeah.
hold on to that motherfucker, but like there's no failsafe. Like the captain just has to somehow get that plane to land wherever safely. That's all you could do. There's really no second option when you're on there.
All right, bro. What if they're like, all right, so what if you're on the plane, right?
Can you bring your own parachute on a plane?
I don't know.
I've never seen that. Like
That'd
as you
be some
carry on?
shit. That'd be some shit.
That would freak everybody. They probably wouldn't let you on the fuck it. They'd be like, you're freaking everybody out. You can't get on this plane.
Like, no, nigga, you ain't watched the news.
Yeah, nigga.
This plane was $4. I'm bringing. But say like, all right, you on a plane, it's up there doing this thing, and all of a sudden, pilot's like, yo. He's like, yo, passengers, I've lost control. Engines are shut. Nothing's working. Goddamn bald eagle flew into the turbine, fucked it up. 2 bald eagles at the same time.
Damn it, America.
We're going down. Brace yourselves. And that shit is just, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, yo, Captain, let us know when we are like 500 feet above the water, 100 feet or some shit, and I'm jumping.
Jump out.
I'm jumping, bro. I'll just do dive, you know what I'm saying? I'll hit him with the Spider-Man. I hit him with the fucking flying squirrel for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For a little bit, and then I'll go into a diving position, right into a fucking snake's or a shark's mouth. I don't know. That's all I could think about. Is like maybe jump out when it starts to get as low as possible and just try.
If you're lucky
Try
enough
your luck,
to
bro.
be over the water.
Yeah.
What if you're not even over the water? What if you're like mountain range or you're over a city? Then
fall
what?
into some trees?
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be it's scary.
It's wild, bro. Yeah, it's wild. Like that, you only got a couple minutes or whatever to think about what the fuck you could even do, because you're gonna think about like, how to. In any situation I ever been into, my mind goes straight to how the fuck can I get out of this? Like, all right, now I'm just gonna go through it.
And that's if you're in that type of situation where they're like, all right, everybody, blah 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 blah. This thing that happened in like DC, like this, they just
It was
collided.
they were
There
just
was
chilling.
there's no like,
No warning.
all right, everybody, look out, we're gonna hit this house. No, it was just
Word.
boom, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
in that situation? Insane. I wonder how. I mean, obviously they go through like the black box and everything, but the thing in Philly, like, I wonder, they were not very far at all from the fucking airport. Like, were they like, hey, everybody, brace yourself? Kind of, to me, looks like where they like crashed. It kind of looked like maybe like they were gonna maybe try to land
That
on
shit
that
looked like
street.
it was going like.
Yeah,
damn,
that's
bro.
the yeah. So like I don't know.
That shit looked like Peregrine Falcon, bro. That shit was
The thing
going
went right
down, bro. It almost looked like a missile. If they didn't say it was a plane, if they just like posted that shit, no caption, be like, yo, we getting attacked, bro. That was a fucking
I mean, you
shot.
see the video from the guy's like doorbell camera,
Yeah, I saw that one.
and it's just like you see like a flash, like pop, and then you see the plane, and then goes boom, and then it hits the ground, boom, even
Yeah.
bigger. So it's like I don't know if they ran into something or something ran into them, or the plane just malfunctioned and something like a motor blew up there. I don't know. It's
Watch
like,
them give no answers. Watch when they like, yo, what happened? We don't know.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Y'all know, bro. Y'all just don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to give the answer because y'all gotta get these plane tickets to get bought. Shit
And
like
both
that.
and both plane accidents, and including the helicopters, no survivors.
Yeah, that's wild.
And they're still looking for like 6 or some odd bodies from the DC one, which they assume are still on the plane. They know some are on the plane, but
So I wrote down planes versus trains. Does this make you want to get on trains again? Instead of taking a plane to motherfucking Florida, Cali, would you just hop on a train?
I don't know. You can't take trains everywhere. Everywhere
I
I
guess
want to go.
locally, yeah.
Everywhere I fucking be fucking with. But would I take
Yeah, you ain't taking a train to motherfucking
Japan?
Indonesia, Japan, fucking.
Yeah, Africa, none of that shit.
None of that
But like,
shit.
I think that maybe we could do a little more train travel,
Mm-hmm.
but you definitely have to have the time. And until like we figure out like how to get like the high speed trains, like a bullet train rocking over here.
Yeah, true.
There's just this trains take a while, dude.
They be taking a while.
It's cool. I mean, for the most part, our trains in America are pretty safe. But
Japan got that magnet train, bro. You see that shit?
yeah,
That shit crazy, bro. Shit just floating. Zoom,
I think it's called a monorail. Is that
Yeah.
what it is? I think that's what it's called.
Is it? Yeah, I guess it's on a rail, right? One. Yeah, I guess that shit just
Yeah,
floats on the
electromagnetic.
fucking
Yeah,
like a
like zero friction.
no friction. Don't be building no heat. Nothing. Just and brakes the same way. Just
Super fucking cool.
dope tech. I like that kind of tech.
I mean, you got like the bullet trains, bro. They go like 200 miles an hour.
Shit.
So you can you could take a trip that's, you know, we'll say it's like 200 miles away. You're there in like 20 minutes.
I just think about like if I'm going on a train that fast and I roll down the window and I spit, it's hitting me right in the fucking
Oh
face.
my God.
Two pow right in the fucking.
Could you even put your head out? I've gone like 100 miles an hour on a motorcycle, which is pretty intense. 200. I don't think I've ever gone.
200 miles with
Not even in
on
a-
some wind,
Not even in a car.
on some wind resistant shit. Nah. What's the fastest you ever gone in a car?
Like probably $160, $170.
Damn, where the fuck you going that fast?
My neighbor had a car. He had a fucking badass Camaro. I can't remember the year. We'll say it was like a 2005 Camaro.
Yeah.
And he had that bitch souped up.
I had a homie back in the Poconos. He had a pretty cool Honda or whatever the hell. And that shit, he was like, yo, you want to see how fast this shit go? I was like, not really, but you drive it.
Not
And
really.
I was like, bro, I'm fucking scared. I think we did like, I don't know, 120 or some shit. I was like, bro, this little ass car, I'm not with it.
You have these cars out here, dude, that are like light as fuck, and you got cats putting 400, 500, 600 horsepower into them.
They're flipping.
Like, why?
The wind is pushing me. And you're going to fucking whoop, just like this.
You need that
Whoop.
You need that downforce.
You need that spoiler. You need that fucking. You need those holes in it so the air could push the shit down. You know, when the air passes through it, they gotta push the shit down.
You got the scoops. You got like the what is it called? The
side things.
It's like a front or lower spoiler or whatever, or a chin something. All that so you could create downforce, suck you.
Yeah, pull you to the fucking ground, pull you to the earth,
otherwise
bro.
you flipping. But
Put
like
some magnets down there.
And I say the same thing about motorcycles too. Like when you get a motorcycle and it's like, oh, I got a 1300, I got a 2400 cc. It's like, dude, where the fuck are you going that fucking fast on a motorcycle, bro? Like this thing is going to fall apart. When you're going to disintegrate if you hit a tree or go off the road. Like you're gonna disintegrate. You're gonna turn into dust. Going like 100 miles on a motorcycle is pretty nuts. 200, like you're like what? What are you doing? Like if you're just, and I'm just saying for the sake of when you're not racing. When you're racing, you want to be.
I'm about to say them motherfuckers who be racing, they be like this with it.
Yeah.
How fast they going? 200?
Yeah, like 200.
Like
100.
regularly?
Like 100 on average, but they
These
get
be
up
like
to 2.
this, son.
Yeah. Shit's nuts. And
Niggas' knee be on the ground.
Those bikes are small as shit, and they are light as shit. They are crazy.
That's crazy, son. You gotta be nice.
But if you racing in a competitive thing,
you gotta win.
Word, I get that.
You gotta
but
win.
If you're just like, this is my hobby, like I don't even take this thing to a racetrack.
Like this.
I don't even go to get like a weekend warrior race with my friend's hobby. Like I just have this to have it. It's like, why, dude? What do you need? You're almost never ever gonna go that fast.
Yeah.
Probably never. You'll definitely get a ticket for sure if you get caught.
Yeah. I just know people who just straight up died off of going too fast on motorcycles, bro. Straight up died.
You got a CBR 1000. Okay? 1,000 fucking horsepower.
1,000 horses.
You can go over 100 miles an hour in second gear. You have like 3 more gears you can go up. And you're in second gear and you're turning the throttle like that. And you're going to fucking
barely.
What is the point? What is the point of that, dude? Like I've been on them. They're super cool, but super scary. But why? For what?
But I'll get on a plane that do. How fast the plane go? 500 or some shit.
Something like that.
Right?
It's up there.
It's up there. I'll get on that.
Yeah. They're somewhat safe.
Trains go fast, planes go fast.
I don't know.
They need to bring out the blimps, like passenger blimps.
They are trying.
That'd be sick.
Currently.
Somebody would shoot that shit, though.
They have, I can't remember what the fuck name is, but there's a company that literally made a couple of these already and has a,
I'm with it.
They have some kind of order they're trying to fill where there's a gang of them. And they're like luxurious, but you can only fit like fucking like 20 people on them. Humongous. This thing is humongous. The fucking, balloon that's over it.
Yeah.
And they're not super fast, but it's like that big for only like, 15, 20 people or something.
Look, man.
But they're like I said, dude, they're like luxurious. Like there's like super nice seats. There's like a bar. They got a little kitchen.
This is the dream. Final Fantasy airships. They've been putting an airship in every Final Fantasy game, and they always look crazier and crazier. But it started off with just like a blimp that had ropes that had like a basket underneath, and people would hang out in this long basket, and maybe there's a room at the bottom. And then it became like, oh shit, this is a theater ship. You fly around places and perform. This is a cargo fly ship. This is a jet, one that flies fast as shit, but it's also powered by the same thing.
I don't know, dude.
I'd get in one.
I forget, like,
Just don't go too high. Don't go too high.
I think like the reason that they want to kind of bring it back is something about like the materials are a little cheaper, and it's like somewhat better for the environment because you're using.
Look at that shit. The top part is also a place you could be, and the bottom part.
That's impossible though.
Yeah, but what if it just flies a cool way and it just floats easier? Like, all right, maybe you got the same propulsion system as a plane would, but it's just, since it's so hollow and huge and hollow, it's probably easy to force that shit through the sky. Like a plane, kind of.
You'd have to fill it with something that's lighter than air. You know what I mean? And I don't know how much. I know people can breathe helium. Like, you could, a certain amount of helium in your oxygen, like, we could survive. It's already been proven. But, you know, how much would you need and could a human survive on, and how many people, if you fill up that fucking thing and make it a room as well, like.
Nah, this one looks more like a boat ship with a balloon on top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems more feasible.
Yeah, that seems doable. That'd be fucking sick, man.
Also, dude, like, we definitely haven't figured out, like, the
You
balloon.
Get there, Elon.
The balloon on the
Fuck
top.
Mars, nigga. I want to be a sky pirate. God damn it.
The balloon on top of that boat, just to pick that bitch up, would have to be so much bigger, bro.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Stupid big.
Yeah, bro.
Insanely bigger.
Would
And
be
that's why I'm like, it's like, it seems impractical to me to really bring those back, but they are doing it.
It seems to be like, so long as it's floating over traffic, it don't gotta go so fast, in my opinion. Just get me over there, like Elon Musk trying to make human-to-human space. He trying to fly niggas on rockets, you know what I'm saying? So you can get to where you want to get. If you want to get to Paris, it takes X amount of hours on a plane. It takes 30 minutes on a fucking missile. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be, you gonna put humans on that shit. I'm not about the time crunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get away from work. This is a vacation. I want this shit to last a long time. So.
Well, then just take the regular ass plane.
Take the regular ass. I'll go even slower.
The whole point of the rocket is to get you there super fast.
Give me the fucking rowboat.
Yeah, right.
Steam power.
Yeah, right.
Yo, I heard some shit about like it was brought up to me about why it's called horsepower when you power up an engine or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
You ever hear about why they call it horsepower?
I think I have. You tell me what you heard.
I heard like, so if you have if you have a horse and he's running by himself, he got 1 horsepower, we'll say.
Yep.
And if you put like a carriage and you got 2 horses on it, a better way to say this, let's say you got 1 horse pulling something. He's going to pull that shit how he pulls that shit, 1 horsepower. Mm-hmm. And then you put 2 horses pulling the same shit. They could pull more weight. You don't just double it. You actually increase it by a more than double because the horses are competing with each other now. Once 1 horse starts going, the other horse wants to beat the horse. So their horsepower is just like them trying to outdo each other. That's why they can pull way more shit than just 1 horse pulling the shit. And the more horses you got doing this stupid competition thing, it's not like just because you got 2 horses you can pull 2 times the load. You might be able to pull 3-4 times the load because there's 2. The motherfuckers got some synergy there when there's more than 1, and that's where the horsepower idea comes into be. Like the pistons move like this or some shit like that, and they do some shit like this.
Yeah.
It adds more force to what you could do, more than double the power.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Right?
Yeah, that's basically it. They just
big up to horses.
Yeah, they picked a form of of energy.
Yeah, yeah.
So this this amount of power to pull this amount of weight. We're gonna classify that as 1 horsepower.
Una horse.
And then if you
1 horse could pull 100
more
pounds
weight,
or something
whatever,
like
it's gonna
that.
go blah 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 blah. Yeah.
But like 2 horses can pull 500 pounds. And you're like, what? It's supposed to be 200. Nah, bro. Horsepower.
But the horsepower isn't really like the horse.
But it works for like a horse pulling
Like
stuff.
1 horse could pull way more than 1 horsepower motor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, think about like you can get like a.
I would have had 1,000 horses.
It'd be insane.
Like lined up pulling a car. Like, yo,
That would be insane.
I'm going fast as shit.
Like you're like a really good push mower
Yeah.
is usually like 3 or 4 horsepower.
Really?
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
spin
yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking blade.
That's true. And sometimes they got the motor that helps push the move the wheels and
Yeah,
shit.
self-drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's a real good one. That's gonna basically cut like almost any type of grass. You're not cutting through like a tree or anything, but like that's good horsepower. But
3 horses, baby, boom.
yeah, but you're not like if you pop that motor off, throw it in like a go-kart. You know, you're not pulling. You know, you could sit on it. You could probably put like we'll say like a 300-pound dude on it, and it'll go somewhere.
American dude.
But like 600, you're not going anywhere fast, if anywhere at all.
Yeah, your wife gonna have to wait for the next ride.
Yeah, 4
You know what I'm
horsepower.
saying?
That's not. It's not that much.
All right,
sure.
bro. We'll wrap this shit up.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, dog. Shout outs to oh wait, next week let's do the shout outs when the episode starts. You wanna try? I don't know. I feel like
Sure.
it's just easier to
It's
get
our
it out the
platform.
way,
We
you know
do
what I'm
whatever
saying?
the fuck we want.
Fuck I wanna do. Shouts to Good Fortune, next door neighbors, always doing it up.
Word up, doing their thing. Put their name. Put your name. Put anybody's name on everything. Anything that you want. Any type of material. Anything. Tables,
Take it
shirts,
away, take it away, bro.
shoes, fucking hats, matchboxes. Maybe your wife's butt cheek. I don't know. But they could put your logo, name, design, anything on anything. The champions. Word up to Good Fortune. I guess that's about it. Wordchief.com is like we're working on that right now, so I don't want to rep that. But you know, wordchief.com for your WordPress needs, WordPress hosting. Also provide, you know, SSLs, domain names, email, whatever you need, man, for your internet experience or your online business or whatever. So, word up to them. And, yeah, stay up, man. Yo, heart goes out to everybody that had, you know, terrible instances happen to them this week, especially stuff on the news. You know, stay strong and, you know, not all news is bad news, but there's been a lot of bad news lately in the news. So, word up. Peace out. This is Water Leak 1, son.